One. Good evening and welcome to another edition of Fighting Words on the Fighting Words News Network. Fighting Words is brought to you each and every night of the week in grateful appreciation to the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, the men and women in police and fire services, the doctors and nurses and first responders to COVID, and also those wonderful people in the supermarkets that keep the shelves stocked during these pandemic times. Tonight's show is dedicated to a very special group of people, and that's you, our listeners. Uh, Sometimes we forget to thank you. We can't thank you enough. Our numbers were up again this last year. We really enjoyed doing these programs every Saturday night. My staff is just one of the best I could ever put together, and we're all ready to say thank you again. Uh, Mr. Brady will be calling in just a second, but on the phone we have with tonight is Mr. Anthony. Uh, all right, let me just get Brady in here a second. All right, my man. Come merge. All right. All right, so we got the group here. We're just waiting for Zito to call in. But in the interim, uh, Tony, let me ask you about Daniel Dubois and Zhang. They got a big fight coming up.
That's going to be a good one. Real good one. Those two. Dubois is definitely a badass, but Zhang, even though he's a little bit older and still kind of starting to wind down, still got it. So all I can say is Dubois better watch out for that knockout shot.
Mm. Wow.
Zhang has got it, and if Dubois steps into it, you're going to get it. You're going to get dropped. But at the same time, Zhang's going to have to really do some defensive boxing because Dubois is one to come at you. He's not going to back down. He's powerful. So it'll be a good fight. I'm looking forward to that.
Good. Hey, Brady, some real news last week about Sean O'Malley. What'd you think about that?
Yes. That fight was a good fight. I did get a chance to watch the card from last weekend, so I'm all updated on that. But yeah, that was a great fight. The first round was kind of a toss-up. It was a mix. O'Malley's striking was getting through as low as Yadong's. And then the second round went it was domination by Song Yadong. He had a great second round. Going into the final round, I think the crowd thought he was going to win, but O'Malley's experience really showed, and that championship tier fighter showed. Because 2 minutes in, O'Malley was winning the round, but the last 3 minutes, 2 minutes, O'Malley, he showed who won the fight. I mean, it was just classic O'Malley. Quick, accurate striking. His spacing was perfect, and his defense, Song Yadong couldn't touch him. So, yeah, I think it really just shows, O'Malley still got it, and he can, I think championship might be next one.
Wow. Who do you think he would face for that one?
The championship fight?
Yeah.
Well, Peter Yan's the champion. Okay, yeah, so Marab will probably get the rematch against Yan. And then after that, O'Malley will probably have a fight in between, but I think he deserves it. If he's not fighting the loser of the next fight or something like that, I think he deserves it, yeah.
Okay. I just got a text. Zito will be joining us in 15 minutes. Tony, what do you think about Mortella retaining his belt over Andy Cruz?
I don't know if I'd say we suspected it. I think everybody kind of thought maybe Andy Cruz was going to pull it off, but I wouldn't say it's a shocker, but I don't think that's the way that most people were kind of leaning towards. But he did a good job. He deserves it.
Okay.
Fight. I want to give a quick update here on tonight's fights. So we got Jacob Stop Williams Skull here tonight. That was one of the last ones here before we go to the big fights tonight, and that was predictable. I mean, after watching William Skull fight, oh gosh, name's slipping me now, but anyhow, William Skull's not the greatest fighter. All he does is move around and try to run around the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who Jacob Bank is personally, but I'm sure anybody could beat William Skull at this point. It was Canelo we fought. I'm sorry. That fight with Canelo.
Yeah. All right. Brady, we're all set to watch a super fight tonight, don't you think?
Yeah, Volk and Diego Lopez. I think that's going to be a great fight. Now, last fight, Volk beat up on him pretty bad. I think it was decision, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's a decision. But Volk is, some people see him as the GOAT. I personally don't. But I mean, for that weight class, maybe not for the weight class, but for what he's done, he's taken every single challenge that's been thrown at him. And, Lopez, I think he's a talented fighter, but Volk's just got the experience on him. And I think we're going to see more of what we saw last time. And I wouldn't go as far as say a finish, but, I mean, Volk's got one of the best, engines. You got some of the best stamina in the game, so I think he's going to win again. And, I mean, I like Lopez, but I don't think he's evolved quite yet to what Volk's standing is. Even though Volk is older, he's still got so much experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think that'll give him the win.
Yeah. Tony, are you want to watch it?
Probably going to catch the fights tonight.
Yeah.
The Shakur Stevenson fight.
Yeah, that's
what is that score? Is that like 11, 12, something like that?
Yeah, probably about 11 o'clock.
Watching that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be a good fight.
Yeah, I think that will be a good fight. Let me ask you, Tony.
I'm
What?
hoping T.O. pulls it off, but I don't know.
Ooh. We put money on that?
I don't know if I will need another poopy sandwich. I think Shakur probably will edge it with points, but I really, really hope T.O. knocks him out. I'm hoping for it. We'll see that. No, I don't think I'm going to take that bet. Not tonight.
All right, because Brady is just putting his shoes on to go out to get a loaf of bread to make the sandwich for you.
You can hold off on it, my brother. We'll bet on a different one.
Hey, Tony, what do you think about Ryan Garcia and Mario Barros?
I'm looking forward to that fight, and I think that Ryan is going to beat Barrios, and I'm not saying that because I'm a big Ryan fan.
Mm-hmm.
I truly think, after watching Barrios in the last couple of fights, he's had a little bit of a rough time with almost every person he fought. But probably 3 years ago when he was fighting, I mean, I think that's when he was at his peak.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's still young, I just don't like what I've been seeing out of him, and I truly think that Garcia is going to catch him with the hook and knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
That one I will put a poopy sandwich up on.
Whoa. All right.
I'll make it a double. Make it a double.
Whoa. With cheese? Yeah.
Nothing like a double decker.
Brady, we got Strickland and Hernandez coming up. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I talked about this one earlier. I should have done my research. I think B and Z were talking about it last time, or maybe last time before that. Strickland's kind of unreliable, and you don't really know who's coming to fight every time. You can see him put on great performances against the lower tier guys, and then when he fights the guys like, Adesanya and Poatan Pereira, he kind of goes in defense mode, and he's not really striking. He's not really on the offensive as much as he should be. Mm-hmm. I think as he is against some lower tier guys. Mm-hmm. But that being said, I don't know too much about this Hernandez fellow, so
okay.
I can't really tell. But I mean, I'm not really too big of a fan of Strickland as a personality. I think we're not going to talk about that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to win this year. I guess I'll go with Strickland because he's been in the spotlight more, but, I can't really tell based on this Fernandez guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, then let me just stay in that vein one time. John Jones came out this morning and said that, wants to fight Alex Pereira in the White House. He's made some really contradictory or controversial, statements. What's your thoughts?
I think I think he can. He's the king, man, and he can say what he wants. I think to Dana, Dana's come out and said, "Oh, I don't want him on. Just put him on the card because he's, we don't know if he's going to be on or if he's going to, pull out last minute or whatever." But I think if you get this fight on paper, people are going to want to see it. Especially, Pereira has been arguably one of the most exciting, pushed up fighters, I think, at least in the past 2 years. So I think you put him against a perennial, superstar like John Jones. I think I would really love to see it happen. It's just with Jones, getting Jones, in the ring, he's unreliable,
Well, you make a good point there because he hasn't fought all year.
Right.
He's like about 14 months since his last fight.
Yeah, well, his last fight was against Stipe.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it's just weird. Scheduling a Jones fight is difficult because even he gets different treatment than the other fighters. You saw that there was an interim champion fighting while the champion was healthy. When have you ever seen that?
Yeah, right.
So I think Jones will be given. Jones, if he agrees to fight on this card, he'll be given special privileges. He'll definitely be the main event, probably the last fight of the night. But they would definitely be. So I would love to see it. That's what I'll say. And if it was to give a fiction, I'm going Jones, man. I'm going Jones.
Tony, do you have any pie crust left?
Any what?
Pie crust? I think.
I got a lot of pie crust here. Let me see. I think I got some real thick stuff that's been in the fridge here for a while for a certain person. So, who were you thinking about?
Well, it's just making a definite statement out here, just in case it falls through. I wouldn't want him to miss a pie.
Well, a definite statement or a definite piece of crust that's been sitting there uncovered. I'll do that. Don't do too much, man.
Tony, what do you think about Keyshawn Davis and Jaime Ortiz?
Jaime and who's the? I'm sorry, the phone had cut out when you said it.
Keyshawn Davis and Jaime Ortiz.
Oh yeah. That's going to be a Keyshawn victory. Unfortunately, that ain't going to be close. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been going at it this week too, quite a bit. So there's a lot of hype, and it's a little bit more than just building the fight up. I think these two don't care for each other by any means, but Keyshawn's going to whoop his butt. So.
Well, there was a pushing, shoving match at the weigh-in. That's why I was asking what your thought about it.
I can't stand that heat, and it was Devin's brother, I believe, was the one that started the altercation. Cleared out the whole building, and there was, I think, probably 30, 40 people fighting. Yeah. This wasn't one that was...
Can you hold on just a second, Tony? Can I just hold on just a second? I got to bring Zito in. Yes, sir. I'm going to put you right in. All right, guys. We're joined by Zito.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How's it going? Good to be back, guys.
Hey,
good.
We all just got back from the pool. How's the weather up there?
Oh, my goodness. not the pool weather.
It was so hot in the pool, we were swimming naked. You wouldn't believe it.
Yep.
Wow.
Z, we're just talking about Keyshawn Davis and Jaime Ortiz. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, that fight's coming up. Should be in a few minutes, within an hour, I would imagine.
Right.
Right now, Jaime Ortiz, he's been in with
everybody pretty. He's been in with people good, with people. He's been in with Lomachenko. I think he might have been with Teofimo, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know that he's not that old, but he's experienced.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's going to tell us where Keyshawn Davis is at.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see his life. Ortiz is, he's got to bring it out. He's going to bring it out of Davis for the better or worse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting fight.
Okay. The other one we talked about just prior to your coming on was Shakur Stevens and Teofimo Lopez. What's your thoughts on that one?
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be highly competitive. I think it's going to be more of a chess match than most people think.
Mm-hmm.
And that's both guys. I mean, you can see Teofimo, and at times you think he might be wrong or something, but the guy is extremely cerebral. He's extremely cerebral.
Mm-hmm.
So is Shakur. So we're going to see a bit of a chess match, more than expected.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the fight's going to come down to how much contact is happening in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And saying that is, if there's not a lot of contact, then Shakur is going to more or less be Shakur's avenue to win.
Mm-hmm.
With Teofimo, the more contact, the better. And that's simply because he's a naturally heavier guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a naturally heavier guy. Measurement-wise, they both basically have the same dimensions. Both 5'8", maybe like 57, 58 reach, arm reach. So, as far as that goes, speed, just to gauge the guy speed-wise, Teofimo might have faster, more explosive hands, but Shakur is very direct. And he's mentally maybe a hair faster with processing. Not even a hair, to be honest. It's because these guys are close when it comes to their fast twitch and just the processing speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to kind of, I'll give the edge to Shakur with that. I do honestly think if it's going to come down to can Teofimo cut the ring off and get those moments of contact. Because if the contact is happening and it's not one way, then that means Teofimo is landing. And as a heavier guy, you don't want the heavier guy to land.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as far as like picking a position, I'm going to slightly lean towards Shakur just because I've seen versions of Teofimo that I didn't necessarily like.
Mm-hmm.
And once, and that's not, Teofimo shows up for big fights, but once you hear a guy question his career,
mm-hmm.
you have to, as far as I'm concerned, you have to get that back.
Mm-hmm.
You have a performance that kind of gets that back. And this might be it.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as that goes, I have to lean towards Shakur. And Shakur, for what it's worth, he has the poison, he has basically the antidote for Teofimo's poison.
Mm-hmm.
That's feet. That's educated footwork.
Mm-hmm.
Contender Martin was all over Teofimo, all in circles and all around Teofimo a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Shakur, not as a high-paced footwork, but he has those angles. He's capable of moving around Teofimo like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to lean toward him to win on points, but it could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be it.
Okay. Brady, we've got a Holloway Oliveira coming up. This is a rematch. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, this one, I think it's going to be a good fight. Do you have a date on this one?
No, they haven't set the date yet.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Both these guys are getting older. I think they want, to go. Everyone's going for the title, but, it's crunch time for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're in 55. Yeah, they should be fighting 55. So, this one's difficult. Holloway doesn't want to go to the ground with him.
Mm-hmm.
And his striking is better than Oliveira's, but people underestimate Oliveira's striking. He's got heavy hands, so I think it'll be a great fight. But I think it's going to go. There's really no way to predict this one, man. Saying decision or by a finish, but I think I'm going to go Holloway. Just because of the recent fights he's had, Gaethje and they both got knocked out by Taporia, but and that's the thing about this division. Oh wait, he was injured. That's the thing about this division. You just have that big dog at the top. Everybody's scared. Everybody's been getting knocked out by. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Holloway for this one. I think it'll be a Holloway knockout, or I think if it goes the distance, it'll be Holloway. Either way.
Okay, Z, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to agree with you. Just to be honest, it's the war torn. Both fighters, they are warriors. I just think that Oliveira has a bit more war, a little bit more war. He's been through just a little more, and I think that that they're taking away from him right now. Just all of the wars. Every fight Oliveira wins is going to be a give and take type of thing. And then not to get you on the ground either. But that, you tend to move up in competition, and that's harder to do. And I just think that Holloway, I really alluded to, he's better on the feet, and I think that you can't stand up to that all of the time. Now, if he weathers the storm on the feet, then Max Holloway has no chance. I just think that he doesn't. He just can't weather the storm on the feet. Not against Matt.
Okay. Well, while we're on this subject, let's talk about Brady just gave us a breakdown of Volkanovski Lopez tonight.
I'm going to go with Volkanovski.
Yep.
That's what I said. Huh.
Yep. Brady's right on top of that one.
Go
ahead, Brady.
Another thing about Oliveira is he kind of seems like when he's down, he kind of seems to quit. So, like, when you have that constant pressure by Holloway, I think it kind of wants to make guys quit. And I'm not saying he's going to, but I'm just saying it's like it's attrition that's going to set in if he's standing up for 5 rounds, against Holloway.
Okay. Tony, Clarissa Shields and Cruz Dijon. What's your thoughts?
You never say that Clarissa at this point is going to lose. It'll probably be a little while before she loses any fight, so I got to lean her way. I don't want to. I'm not a big fan, but she's earned it. She's a GOAT.
Okay. Z?
Yeah. So right now, it's just hard to match her up against somebody who's gonna. I like the 2 fights ago. I like the way the lady looked against Clarissa. But it's just hard to match Clarissa up against somebody who's gonna give that much to her. I mean, she moved up in weight and everything, and she looked good when she moved to heavyweight. I thought she looked good at first. It's just hard right now to match somebody up on her level. So the opponent's absolutely right. To me, I think it's going to be a while. Age might have to be there.
Okay. Brady, last week we had one hell of a fight. KG and Pembroke.
Yeah, that was a battle, man. I mean, that was, man, what a way to start the year for one. But that was one of the craziest fights I've seen in recent memory. I think Patty got a little bit of an unfair shake from the refs, considering one eye gouge was really bad. It tore his eye all the way open. But besides that, they both fought a great fight. I think Gaethje just, I don't know, his power. Patty felt it, but I think I want to applaud Patty for sticking through it and not, being a bad sport, with the refs and getting gouged. But I think after he got gouged kind of and got dropped. I think it was like the third round, and he took a lot of damage. Kid and I were watching the fight. It took a lot of he took a lot of damage when he was on the ground. So I think that definitely affected the fight unfairly. But that being said, I mean, Gaethje fought a really good fight. I mean, most of the shots were accurate. I mean, they're all power shots, Gaethje, but I think Patty could have tried to get him to the ground. He did try, but he was just getting stuffed, man. I mean, Gaethje was stuffing every takedown, punishing him for it. I mean, he had some, I'm not sure in the hold, but some holds where he had his neck pinned to the ground, like in his head, and he just wouldn't let him get up, just, ground and pound. So I think Gaethje did a great job, but when Topuria comes back, I don't think he's going to stand a chance, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That was an instant fight, so. Yeah, but I'll give props to Gaethje. He deserves it. I mean, his history, with Khabib, Tony Ferguson, Islam Makhachev. I mean, he's had so many fights at that title shot, and this was the easiest path, I'd say.
Okay.
I congrats to Gaethje.
Okay. How about you? What'd you think of that, Z?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Brady. One thing I'm gonna say is watching the fight, it looked like they were in two different weight classes. To be honest, Gaethje, not look, but just the physicality. It looked like Gaethje was heavier. He was in a heavier weight class. Just the force when they collided. When they on the feet when they collided, it seemed like Gaethje was always the one moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And just when they grappled, it seemed like Gaethje was always the one, to be on top and to deliver the damage on the ground. That was in round one before the eye poke. Before the eye poke, that first round, Gaethje was once they got on the ground and Gaethje dominated the first round that way. And the fight kind of went toward it followed that script.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame with the eye poke and everything, but I still think the fight would have went the same way. And I think Patty knew that, and that's why Patty had to just, he gave Gaethje the credit. Just because the fight, he did the best he could. You see him trying. It just seemed like he was fighting a punching rock. The guy was just fighting a punching, forward-moving, kicking rock. Mm-hmm. And it looked like a man fighting a bull. Great. So I mean, kudos to both guys. I mean, Patty, he went out there, put it all out there.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't come up with it. And Gaethje, he had to go through some things too. So major credit and major, from both guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Patty's got to hit the weight room.
Yeah. Well, Patty certainly has tried to play it up in the press. First, his wife or girlfriend, whatever it is, had an update on his physical condition after the fight at the hospital, and he's been running his mouth nonstop. Almost every day you pick up fight news or MMA or UFC news that he's in there talking about it and how he thought he got robbed. But that doesn't make sense to me. Tony, we got Inu and Nakatani coming up. What's your thoughts?
That'll be a good fight. But there's no stopping Inu. Not right now. It'll be a good fight. I don't know if it'll be extremely close, but Inu will definitely win that fight for sure. In fact, I predict a knockout on that one.
Okay. Z?
Yeah, in a way, is right now he's in the prime. He's on top of the game, and by the time he's number 2 ranked. So they on the last fight card, they both fought on the card, and if they both won, they were facing each other, and this is exactly what's happening. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna pick anyway, but I mean he's fighting a credible guy.
Mm-hmm.
So. We're going to sit.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember whether we announced it last week, but WBA has a new president, and that's Derek Chisora, which sort of didn't understand that, but he went from the ring to being the president. Is that just a let's see what we say? Is that just a title, Z, or does he really have to work out contracts and all?
Yeah, that has to be just the title. First thing is he's active.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've just heard, and I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be fighting Deontay Wilder. So for him to be the president of a boxing organization and active, that's something I can't really see.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's a money pitch. Maybe it's some trying to establish some sort of credibility on somebody's end, but I just doesn't seem right to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Brady Masvidal says that Topuria will cancel his fight with KG. What do you think? I'm sorry. Topuria will cancel KG's career.
Oh, cancel Gaethje's career.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he'll knock him out, but to say he's going to cancel his career is a bit. I think Masvidal doesn't like Gaethje, obviously. So I don't know. I think he'll knock him out, but I think Gaethje will go on a retirement, tour before he would eventually retire. But yeah, the career. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I got to say.
Okay. What do you think, Z?
Masvidal's always saying stuff, but hey, Topuria, he'd put Gaethje's career on pause, maybe not cancel it, but yeah, I wouldn't pick Gaethje to beat Topuria.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know, and eventually they're going to match up. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, here we go. Tony, Nick Ball, and Figueroa.
Oh, man. Those are two great fighters, and I think we talked about Nick Ball a couple of shows back. The guy is a firecracker. He is just all over the place. He doesn't stop. It doesn't matter how much he's busted up or bloody. He just goes forward. It'll be one hell of a fight. And I think I'm going to guess that Z will probably lean the other way just a tad, but I'm going to say Nick Ball on this one. I think he'll take it.
Ooh. There's the challenge, Z. What are you doing?
I might be eating a big one on this one.
I think so. Save that pie crust.
It's nice and dirty.
What do you think, Z?
Yeah, this is going to be an inside. Either guy's going to be dancing around the ring trying to figure out. These guys are going to be skin to skin, toe-to-toe, skin to skin. And with that, you have explosion and Nick Ball against consistency with Figueroa. I'm gonna tell you what. Figueroa is bigger in dimensions, but Nick Ball he's dense. He's dense as a ball. So the guy, he's explosive, and he has the conditioning to explode for a while, for all fight long. But I might have to lean toward Figueroa slightly. I'm sorry, you're right, Tony. Just because this consistency and if you're not knocking consistency out, or if you're not stopping that level of consistency, it's hard to beat. And I just don't know if Ball, as good as he is, I don't know, as explosive as he is too. I just don't know if he can consistently keep Figueroa from doing certain things, from steadily being consistent. And it's going to come late in the fight, and we're going to see exactly where we're at with Nick Ball. Because Figueroa is going to be there doing what he does late in the fight. Nick Ball is the question mark. So until I see the answer, I'm going to have to slightly lean toward Figueroa.
Okay. Yeah, Brady, Batista, and the young Oliveira.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know too much about these guys. I saw this fight. I think it's next weekend, but
Yeah,
I don't know
320.
too much about these guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Zeke?
I don't know too much about these guys either.
Okay. All right, let's stay over here. Dan Hooker returns to the cage against Prince Raheem. Brady, 325.
I don't know Prince Raheem. Hooker's been fighting well his last couple fights, I believe.
Mhm.
Maybe no. Wait, did he fight Patty last fight?
I think he did, yeah.
Oh, he got subbed by Saryukin. That was his last fight in November. Yeah. Benoit Saint Denis. I thought you said Raheem. Okay. Yeah, Saint Denis I think he had a rough go in his last fight. I think he fought Charles Oliveira. So I think these two are, two kind of gatekeeper kind of fights for the upper, top 5 little fights. I haven't watched a ton of Saint Denis, but Hooker's a good fighter. I really haven't watched too much of Hooker either. I saw the fight versus Saryukin, and he pretty much just got subbed. So I'll say Hooker because I think I like him better. But I really don't know too much about these guys either.
Okay. What do you think, Zeke?
I know Dan Hooker has been around forever. Been around for a long time. I don't know too much about the other guy, but I can't give a prediction. I just know Dan Hooker's been around for a long time, so I hope everything goes well with him coming back.
Okay. Tony? Oh, what happened here? Hold on. Hello?
Hello?
You
Yeah,
got knocked off.
I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, we fixed our technical difficulty here. Tony, Nick Ball, I'm sorry, Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder have talked about it's coming up in about 2 weeks. What's your thoughts?
I'm really looking forward to that. I was kind of reading up on that one today. Chisora will give him a fight, but I think Deontay still got enough in the tank to catch him with a shot and take him down. I'm a huge Wilder fan, and I'm standing behind him 100%. I really think he can do it. I don't think it's going to be extremely easy, but I predict 7-8 round knockout on Wilder's behalf.
Okay. See?
If we're judging by last performances, Chisora's going to beat Wilder up. I'm not sure Wilder has any, and if Wilder comes in over 230 pounds, he's definitely going to lose. The athleticism, he still has athleticism over Chisora, but that explosiveness to me is gone. To move that explosive right hand, that pass twitch, get it there and get him out of there. I think that's gone. I've seen it. Like his most recent forms, he's pushing his punches. He's trying to force his right hand. Deontay, he's been athletic, and he's a freak athlete with impeccable timing. But he lost his athleticism and his timing. So against a guy like Chisora, who, and as he's getting older, he's going to still be that rough guy. He's still going to bring it. He's still going to be a guy who, half the time, a few years ago, I would not have, this wouldn't even be a match. It wouldn't be a match. Chisora just hit too clean, and Wilder will hit you clean a few years ago. But now, Wilder, I just don't. I don't think he has it anymore. Not to do what he was effective at doing. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Chisora. I'm gonna go with Chisora to stop Wilder.
Okay. I gotta back up here for just a second. I misspoke earlier. It's not Derek is the new president. It's Triple G.
That's right. fight.
Yeah, I just realized that in my notes. I don't know how I missed it, but being cross-eyed, I guess I screwed it up. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that it is Triple G is the new president of WBA.
That's fantastic.
I can see that.
Yeah. Wait a second. Let's see. Brady. We talked about this earlier. Do you think that the UFC will move their fights to a 5-round? And if they do, will they increase the payouts to the fighters?
So 5 rounds every fight, you're saying?
Yes.
I don't see why not, but that means the preparation is different, and I don't know too much about every guy in his camp, but you may need more. You're gonna need more preparation for a longer fight, obviously. So I don't think they would, but a pay increase is so these guys are getting paid crap, man. For the work that they're doing, they're getting paid crap.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to see a pay increase, but you got Dana White talking about building a boxing league. So I don't think he's trying to push more funds into the fighters. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think 5 rounds every fight. I like the current format where the main card is 5 rounds. I like that better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have to be a higher level fighter to be able to fight at that high level for 5 rounds instead of 3. So I think that'll stay. And no pay increase. I couldn't see it, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tony, why don't you talk about this too? Let's get you in there. What's your thoughts
On who now?
on the UFC going from every fight from going from 3 rounds to 5 rounds?
It's going to be interesting because the fighters that are used to the time limits, I mean, that's a big deal when you got to go 2 more rounds, for so many minutes. I would think that you'd have to really start training a completely different way, and that's not something that I think you could do in one camp. I mean, if you really want to be successful to fight all 5 rounds, I mean, you're going to really have to do a lot of work to get there. And I like it personally. I like the idea. It's going to change things around. It's going to show you a different side of the people that have the stamina that they're fighting versus those that have the knockout power.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that can avoid the knockouts for 5 rounds. The guy that knocks people out may get winded real quick, and it might be something we never saw coming. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it. It's just definitely gonna change things up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. See?
I think it's going to diminish the product.
Whoa.
You have guys. And Tony said it. You have to be a certain level, championship level, to fight for 5 rounds. Just like in boxing, you can't have everybody on certain levels fight 12 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a certain level of training to do that. And as Tony said, you can't do that in a camp. You have to kind of develop that. You have to build to that. So to have everybody come in and all of a sudden you're fighting 5 rounds, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to have the last 2 rounds are going to be guys tired and leaning on each other, people just being not effective
Mm-hmm.
in those last 2 rounds. Because, as I say, you have to develop into that.
Mm-hmm.
So the product overall is you're not going to have that 3-round quality. All of a sudden, instead of 3 exciting rounds,
Mm-hmm.
you have maybe 3 exciting rounds and 2 rounds of nothing because guys are gassed and they can't do anything. You're going to have a lot of that. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that would actually diminish the product.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, as I say, that now you get to talk about 3 exciting fights. You want to do 3 exciting rounds with these 2 guys. You want to see more of them. You
Mm-hmm.
know? But now, 5 rounds, these guys, they all of a sudden lose credibility to a degree. Because, they're boring. They finished the fight boring. You're going to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really a fault of their own. So I personally don't like it. I would like to see, on a certain level, yes, but not every fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tony, what do you think about Amanda Soriano and Tellez, Rosie Tellez?
Rosie is. I'm not I know Rosie, but I don't know a whole lot about the girl fighters. But it's going to be hard, I think, for Amanda to lose that fight. I would think. I know Rosie can fight. I don't know a lot about her, but I think Amanda will pull it off.
Okay, Z.
Yeah, Rosie's skill, but conditioning, Amanda goes from point A to point B and doesn't stop throwing until it's done. And that's just hard to deal with. I think that pace, Rosie is not going to be able to handle that pace. I'm going to pick Soriano by decision.
Okay. Okay, Brady. Will Alex Perez get a new contract with UFC?
Alex Perez or Alex Pereira?
Pereira, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I think if he could go to one of the other, you see with Ngannou how he left and he got a huge payout. But I think the competition and the room to grow, as a fighter is better for Pereira in the UFC. So yeah, I think he'll re-sign. Especially if this Jones thing happens, then which I'm not going to, guarantee it now, obviously, but I mean that would be so big for his career. So I think he has no reason to leave other than I think he's probably making good money. I don't know, but he's probably making good money. So I don't think he has really that much of a reason to leave.
Okay, see?
Yeah, you have to know where the money is. The Pereira, he's a guy who's the demand. The man, he has a little bit of leverage to a degree, but no, we can get a payout somewhere else. But as far as that constant money, you're probably gonna have to stay in the UFC to keep that recognition. So yeah, it makes sense on both ends for him to stay there.
Okay. Tony, Ortiz Ennis talks have heated up again. And there's supposed to be in Saudi Arabia if the money is right. Right now, there doesn't seem to be a pot out there that's been bet on. What's your thought?
Which Ortiz is it? Lewis or?
Yeah, those Ortiz and Ennis.
Oh, I would love to say that Lewis Ortiz. First of all, as far as them getting that going, Turkey Al-Sheikh will find the money if there's enough people that want to see the fight. I would like to see it. Got two older guys in there, and Ortiz, he's been going downhill quite a bit. I mean, he's got a lot of power. If he's still got it and he can hit Ennis with it, he can do some damage. But I'd have to probably lean towards Ennis on this fight. I think he would be the one in better shape, a little bit younger, I believe, and I think he would be able to pull that one off. I hate to see it, but I think that's the way it would go.
Z?
Yeah, Tony, I think we're talking about Virgil Ortiz.
Virgil, not Lewis?
Yeah, Virgil against Luke Ennis. We're talking about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's Virgil Ortiz, that would be one hell of a fight. Gosh, I don't even know which way I would lean it. Ennis is going to have to bring his game onto that one. I'd have to lean to Virgil, I think, on that one a little bit. I think I have to favor Virgil on that fight.
Okay. What do you think, Z?
Yeah. I agree. Virgil, and I'm pretty sure the problem with the negotiation is that Boots they see Boots as the A5, but Boots is moving up in the Virgil's weight division. So, and Virgil's undefeated in his weight division. It would be a very, very telling fight on both ends. Neither guy has seen another guy like each other, like the other. Boots is he's big. He's even big for I said he's probably the biggest welterweight I've ever seen. He's big at a junior middleweight.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna have to lean towards OT. I think that pace, Bruce likes instead of that Bruce likes things at one pace, like total control and set guys up. And Virgil Ortiz is the guy who won't let him do that.
Mm-hmm.
He works at his own pace. He has a very, very good punch selection.
Mm-hmm.
And he's tough. And he's a tough guy who's gonna be in your face for the most part. And I just think right now, I think that Bruce can't. I don't see him navigating that all fight long successfully. I don't see a knockout or anything from either guy, but I will have to lean into Ortiz, the work rate and just the experience and that business of it right now.
Okay. Brady, Chris Cyborg says she's about ready to retire. What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I don't know how old she is. I haven't seen any of her last fights, so I don't really know.
Okay.
But, I think that's really just up to the fighter at that point,
Yeah. Okay. What do you think, Z?
I'm good with it. I'm good with it. She has nothing else left to prove.
Yeah. Right.
Not to me. She shouldn't be. I don't think she should be boxing.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's going to retire fighting, period. Kudos to her. She moves well going forward in her life.
Mm-hmm.
I said she has nothing left to prove. She's one of the best women fighters ever.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of want to salute.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tony, what do you think about Mike Perry and KG are talking about after walking away from UFC and going into bare knuckle fighting? What's your thoughts?
The more the merrier. I've been watching a lot of bare knuckle fighting. I tell you what, I love it. And the more they want to go that direction, God bless them. I mean, you gotta have a heart of gold and love to fight to go out and do that kind of stuff. So I'm all for it.
Brady?
Yeah, I agree with Tony. I think, it is really entertaining, I think.
Mm-hmm. See?
Hopefully, I can make money off of it. I never could tell anybody how to make money. And for bare knuckle boxing, it's going to be good if you see a guy like Paulie Malignaggi, who actual boxers who transform into that. That's going to be a little more difficult to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as that goes, hopefully you want to see him stay safe and not get too damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Especially getting older in your career. But that's apparently this is how this is going to be. I mean, guys, they're going to, and they're going to stop their UFC when they stop their UFC career and they have a name. They're going to go and try to get somebody else with a name, and they're going to make a couple dollars together. Mm-hmm. Nothing's wrong with that as long as nobody gets damaged.
Right. Brady, do you think we'll ever see Cormier and Jones fight again? Ever happen?
No, I don't think so. I don't think Cormier wants to do that. Maybe wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think Cormier would want to fight him again, man. It wouldn't be worth the damage it would do to his body, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking in the cage,
Yeah.
And even boxing.
Yeah.
But I think DC has a better chance wrestling. We were talking about that a couple weeks ago, but yeah.
Right. What do you think, Izzy?
No, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to wrestle fight. They could barely be in the same room together, and at times they can't be in the same room together.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have to be very, very lucrative for these guys to see each other, even with wrestling. For them guys to come together,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see it. I just don't see it. And every time Jones would go with Cormier never lost to Jones clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's always something in Jones' system.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something going on with every time he fought Cormier.
Mm-hmm.
So those are question marks. And Cormier, I think, is kind of, he's good. Now, Jones is good. Jones is like, I beat him twice.
Mm-hmm.
Cormier is like, yeah, but not clean, and I'm he's good. I
Mm-hmm.
think Cormier is good with that background, his vice and done. But money, enough money is going to make anybody go ahead and happen after down 4 ranks.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Okay. Tony, Tyson Fury and Muff, April 11th. What do you think?
Tyson Fury's going to have his hands full. I don't like the way he's fought the last 2 fights.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be interesting. I think I don't want to say extremely close, but I think Tyson Fury, I think he's going to lose.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I don't think he's. To me, Tyson Fury, and Z would know better than me. I'm not a boxer trainer or anything like that, but from what I see, I don't think that Tyson Fury really has a whole lot of skill.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big dude that walks in there and leans on people and just swings and doesn't. To me, it just doesn't look like he's really got it as a boxer. He's just a big guy that has a lot of weight and gets in there and has some stamina, but I don't think he's anything exceptional. He's won some fights. He's knocked a few people out. He's also been dropped. And I think the more times that he sits at home for a year or two and keeps saying he's going to retire and then come back, I think it's hurting him. So I think he's going to have a chance for.
Okay. See?
This fight is to get Tyson Fury back out there, name back out there. So they're not matching him up difficult. I do agree with some of the things that Tony said, that like the more Tyson Fury is a guy who operates off the shot. I think he is extremely skilled. And I think a lot of times it's part of his skill is he uses his size well.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to use his size well. Tyson Fury, for his size, doesn't have the armor. He's a guy who can get dropped. He doesn't have the best chin. He got dropped by Stevie Cunningham. And Stevie Cunningham was moved up from cruiserweight.
Mm-hmm.
And dropped. He got dropped by Usyk, another guy who moved up from cruiserweight. Tyson Fury, he's not. He's the guy who can get dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Guy is going to always get up there. He's going to always get up. Deontay Wilder proved that. Deontay Wilder hit him with the top 8 punch. And he got up. So I'm going to say this much. Tyson, the longer he sits around and does nothing, then especially as he's getting older, yeah, you're going to lose something. You're not going to be as sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the first fight with Deontay Wilder, he came out, he had those 2 comeback fights, after his layoff, and then he fought Deontay Wilder. He wasn't sharp. The second time he fought Deontay Wilder, he was extremely sharp.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that, he's getting older, and I don't think he's going to lose this fight, but they're going to match him up against somebody. And at this point in time, I don't know if he could beat Anthony Joshua. Before, I would say he would Anthony Joshua. Right now, I can't say he would beat Anthony Joshua at this point in time.
Not after what Joshua just did. No way.
Yeah, and Anthony Joshua's been more active, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to go ahead and say that right now Tyson Fury needs to come back, and if he comes back, I don't know if he could do anything. Anything to put a dent in the heavyweight division right now. Obviously, he's not going to beat Usyk, and he's off to him fight.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got kind of a young crop trying to come up, trying to establish themselves. So I don't think that. I think that his time is dead. Tyson Fury had his time, and I think that his time is done.
Good. Well, guys, that brings us up to the end of our hour here. Before I go, I was remiss earlier. Today is the 8th anniversary of the loss of lives of 2 friends of mine, Captain Chris Leach of the Wilmington Fire Department and Lieutenant Ardith Hope. Chris played football at Immaculate Heart of Mary when I was a coach at at Holy Rosary, and Artie was on Bobby's track team at Howard, and also Jerry Ficus, who was a outstanding Salesianum football player. They lost their lives in a Hamby Park fire, and it's. I just wanted to make sure that we honored them in tonight. But I want to thank you guys for all your help tonight and all your great preparation. I appreciate it. And Brady, I hope next year you get to at least get to see the parade. I know you wanted to go up tonight, but thank you for sitting in again for our lost millionaire. Hi, Tony, you want to lead us out?
Yeah, I think that honestly was the fastest show I can ever remember. That one just flew by. It seems like 5 minutes ago we just started. Very good show. Glad Brady's on. Z, I miss you. I'm glad you're back. And the man, the Godfather, Mr. Frank, I appreciate all your time. And we'll see everybody next week and see what happens tonight with Shakira and Tio.
Okay. Z?
Another wonderful show. Man, I want to thank Brady. I want to thank you, Tony, and you, Butch. You should definitely remember the Bob, Coach Mel, and Dr. Chris. And if anyone wants to get any fighting words, please do call.
Yeah, Brady.
Yeah, thank you, Tony, for coming on. Thank you, Zito. Yeah, another great show. I love being on, and yeah, God bless you, and everybody stay safe.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, these programs are brought to you each and every night of the week in grateful appreciation to the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, the men and women of police and fire services, the doctors and nurses, and first responders to COVID, and also the wonderful people in the supermarkets that keep those shelves stocked. These programs are dedicated to those who've lost their lives in line of duty. Deputy Robert Anthony Carroll, Patrolman David Curtis, Patrolman Jeffrey Colcat, Patrolman Jeffrey Yazowitz, Sergeant Thomas Batinger, San Diego Officer Mike Hendler, Sergeant Tom Wilson, Charlotte County Sheriff's Department, Detective Randy Bell, Detective Ricky Childers, Patrolman Charlie Conda, Tarpon Springs Police Department, Deputy Chief Mike Godwin, Philadelphia Fire Department, Lieutenant Joyce Craig Lewis, Philadelphia Fire Department, Sergeant James O'Connor, Philadelphia Fire Department, Sergeant Chris Levick, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department, Lieutenant Mike Zerba, Newcastle County Police, Patrolman Anofin Crispin, Lakeland PD, Deputy Josh Meyer, Nassau County Sheriff's Department, Captain Matt Letourneau, Philadelphia Fire Department, Captain Chris Leach, Wilmington Fire Department, Lieutenant Ardith Hope, Wilmington Fire Department, Lieutenant Jerry Ficus, Wilmington Fire Department, Chief Jimmy Ford, Wilmington Fire Department, Chief Al Ho, Longbow Key Police Department, Patrolman Deputy Mike Hargrove, Pinellas County Sheriff's Department, Trooper Chelsea Richards, Florida Highway Patrol, Trooper Joe Bullocks, Florida Highway Patrol, Trooper Zachary Ben, Florida Highway Patrol, Sergeant Chris Fitzgerald, Philadelphia Police Department, Sergeant Ramon Mendez, Philadelphia Police Department, Chief Corey Compantier, Buffalo Creek Fire Department, Deputy Ronnie Ronazitsky, Manatee County Sheriff's Department, and Patrolman Zachary Butterfield, Bradenton PD. My brothers and sisters, though, you may be 10-7 at this point in time, but sometime we'll be 10-10 at the table of the Lord. Until that time, may the rose rise up to meet you. May the winds be always at your back. May the rains fall softly on your fields and the sunshine lightly on your face. Until we meet again, may the good Lord keep you and your family always in the palm of his hands. Good night. God bless and have a great week. Oh, shoot.